Welcome to Africa Today. I am Esther Makwariola. In a continent where data is the currency of accountability, Nigeria is bracing up for one of Africa's most important elections in 2019, where democratic process will be put to test in barely 30 days from now. Since political campaigns officially began last November, Africa's most populous nation has continued to witness the good, the bad, and the dramatic. And so we ask, what are your thoughts on ahead of Nigeria's upcoming general elections? You can join the conversation and share your thoughts with us on Twitter at TVC News NG. We take a report now, and Africa Today. We'll be right back. Welcome.
The INEC chairman arrives to hold talks with political parties ahead of the all-important general election. His duty here is clear. The Electoral Act stipulates that the supplementary voters list shall be integrated with the voters register and published not later than 30 days before a general election. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu announces that in the 2019 general election, a little over 84 million Nigerians will be eligible to cast their votes. Out of this number, 52.86% are males and 47.14% are females. A breakdown of the voting population shows that Lagos has the highest number of registered voters with more than 6 million, closely followed by KANO with more than 5 million registered voters. Ekiti State has the lowest voting population as more than 900,000 people have registered to vote. The demographics of the 2019 general election based on age and occupation distribution puts the voting strength of the youth at 51%, with students alone gulping 22 million registered voters. If this crucial voting bloc have a corresponding voting pattern, they could deliver swing votes likely to determine a winner at the polls. But INEC is worried that millions of permanent voter cards are still yet to be collected nationwide, as only those with their PVCs will be eligible to cast ballots on election day. INEC insists that the smart card readers will be used for the 2019 election to confirm, verify and authenticate the voter.
Cloned cards or cards that do not match the codes for particular polling units in which voters are registered will be rejected by the smart card readers. Secondly, the card reader shall verify that the voter who presents the PVC is the actual owner of the card by ensuring that the personal details of the card reader are consistent with the manual register for the particular polling unit. Thirdly, the card reader shall be used to authenticate the fingerprint of the voter as an additional confirmatory procedure. If the fingerprint is not authenticated by the card reader, but the PVC is confirmed as genuine and the voter's personal details are consistent with the manual register, he or she shall be allowed to vote.
While politicians and their party crisscross the country in search of votes, the electoral umpire says the commission is also fine-tuning measures to prevent vote buying and boost the credibility of the election.
Welcome back. Africa began the new year with the outcome of the Congo presidential elections setting the tone for what to expect from Nigeria's political space in the coming days. Well, with more than 80 registered parties taking part, observers say this vote could be another litmus test that could either expose electoral flaws or show institutional independence. Now joining me in the studio to set the agenda ahead of the polls, I have Tony Dania, lawyer and a political analyst. Good to have you here on the program tonight.
Thank you.
Now the elections are just weeks away, and right now we have about 91 political parties contesting for the elective positions in office. How would you assess the level of preparedness of the candidates now to seek the votes of the electorates come February 16?
Well, it will be, if the umpire INEC make the election to be free and fair, it will be difficult to predict with certainty the party that will win. However, we know that the incumbent has the advantage of incumbency, and we have also heard that the states with the highest registered voters are KANO and then Lagos.
Yes.
Okay, and Lagos and other part of the West are likely to vote for APC. Majority in KANO are also likely to vote for APC. So the contest will be at the East and the South. So if the East and the South is shared, then APC might win, might. However, there are certain incidents that have happened recently that are minus for the APC.
Right.
For instance, the attempt, even though we call it an attempt to drag the judiciary in the mud, is a very bad one. The timing was wrong. They were not well advised. And I take it up with the Attorney General of the Federation because even if there are attempts to do this, I expect him to advise the president properly. I'm aware that the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has restricted the federal government from going further to arraign the Chief Justice of the Federation. Well, that would have worked against APC, I tell you. Yeah. And if that is corrected and it is not late, even though we are in election mode and everything about governance is election, the APC has an edge because of the advantage of incumbency. But like I said, it is difficult to say with precision the party that will win. For example, in 2015, nobody believed that APC will win. And we thought PDP will win, but APC won. So I don't know. It's a dicey thing. And if you talk of the PDP also have a lot of things working against them. I know there's disunity within the PDP. And the presidential candidate, I believe very strongly, is the one bankrolling the campaign. Unlike those days when Goodluck Jonathan contested, a lot of people contributed money. I think they got close to 100 billion. I've not had such a thing here. You know, so the election is likely to be peaceful. Don't forget that when 2015 election, the tension was very high. In fact, it was much more higher than what we have here. And it ended up being peaceful. Some persons even ran out. I read in the papers today that America and Europe will stop granting visas to our politicians and important personalities. Maybe most of them are already running to the US. But I want to say that by the grace of God, and looking at event is likely to be peaceful. Everything, most part of the election depends on INEC now.
Right.
If INEC organizes an election that is objectively free, well, there's no way you won't have inches here and there. But to a substantial extent, if it is free and fair, then that will go a long way to determining the peaceful conduct of the election.
Now, aside from the elections being peaceful now, you mentioned two dominant parties, the APC and PDP.
Yes.
Not minding that we also have new entrants in the political foray. We have the likes of Mogalu, we have Shuwore, we have Obio Ezekwesili, and so many others like that. Now, these new ones, they believe that they have the opportunity, they have the power, more or less, to upstage the old ones. Now, what are their chances now, do you think, that they will be given that opportunity in February 16 to, take power from the old order?
Yes, people vote along party lines. You vote, if you look at the history of elections in Nigeria, we have not had independent candidate, even though there is provision for it, because people vote along party lines. Now, with respect to other parties, if you are talking of political parties in Nigeria, If you mention the APC, you mention the PDP, you say and others. You see? So the others, among the others, who can you say, which party can you say? SDP, yes, but does it have the structure that PDP has across the country? Does it have the structure that APC have? Even half of the structure. Some political parties are just within the houses of candidates. Some political parties are tied to the individual. I expect our lady, Policy, to have come under any of the popular parties. Though she might have a reason for coming up under, what's the name of her party again?
ANPC.
ANPC. Yeah. So the chances of other parties, I must say, objectively speaking, realistically speaking, are low. Because if you go to the market, ask the market women, which party do we have? It's either they are saying APC or they are saying PDP. So these are the two most popular parties we have in Nigeria today. So I am aware that parties like APGA have representatives in the National Assembly. Parties like SDP have one or two representatives in the National Assembly. How would they expand? APGA has more or less made itself an Eastern-based party. And even within the East, Imo, for instance, we know is APC. And some other Eastern states are also APC. And some other Eastern states are also APC. We have PDP among them. So they don't even have the whole of the East, but it's an Eastern-based party. So SDP is structured from Edo State and spread to other states, you know. So the other parties don't have on ground the structure that are reliable enough for us to say they stand a chance of seriously contesting with the existing party.
So in other words, they have a slim chance in the elections.
Yes.
Okay, let's quickly go on a very quick break now. We'll have more discussions on this issue after this. Stay with us. Welcome back. In 2019, Africa would play host to 8 general elections, 4 presidential polls, and 5 parliamentary votes, with Nigeria arguably top on the list to watch. Now, in recent weeks, it has been a case of tongue lashing and character bashing between political actors, with lawyers already studying the law books ahead of litigations that may likely ensue when vote counting is done. Now, Tony Dania, let's look at preparations altogether, what we've been discussing earlier, about how ready are Nigerians to go cast the ballot on February 16. Already, the electoral body has raised complaints about the slow rate of PVC collection, even though they have a high rate of registered voters. The rate at which people or voters, eligible voters, are collecting the PVC is quite worrisome. Now, on your part, what would you envisage, or what do you think could be responsible for this voter apathy, more or less, on collection of PVCs ahead of elections, unlike what we witnessed in 2015?
Yes, INEC are improving strategies by the day, but you see, for the enlightened minds, going through the process of voting might not be difficult. But for a market woman, you say, we'll text your fingerprint, we'll get the card reader, you're already making them discouraged. They think, why will I go through all this to vote? Why can't you make it? I think INEC should look for a more simpler, seamless method of voting.
Okay.
Because even on the day of elections, you come, you take the first process, some will go home and will not come back to complete the process. And the few that will come back to complete the process are tired, waiting at the field. And when they complete the process, they wait again for a long time to hear the result. I think INEC should think of a more simpler and seamless way of casting votes.
Now, so do you think that could be the reason why there's a slow rate of voter
yes,
collection?
it could it affect them. And then secondly, the orientation is not as serious as it ought to be. You know, we have I don't know what the National Orientation Agency is doing, but I know that INEC has an orientation and public relations department. I don't know how much they have, worked.
Sensitization.
Yes, I said by now there should be a rush for the
voter
PVC.
cards.
Yes, there should be a rush for it. But because I've been hearing on news daily that we have voters card, but electorates are not coming to collect. What have you done to educate Nigerians? You know, and even though this process is a little bit tough, you could sound it to their hearing that it's easy. It's very easy. We will not waste your time. As soon as we take the first process of, confirming your identity, you cast your vote, and you can leave or wait for the result to be, counted. So I think I want to take it back to INEC. They have not done enough to educate the electorate. They have not. And then I want to digress a little bit, and I'm always referring to this whenever I'm on air. When we had Ebola, thank God it has gone, the kind of orientation the Ministry of Health gave, it was the Ministry of Health. And even the market women know what to do to prevent Ebola. So what are we doing about educating the electorate?
But is it just the electoral body that is responsible to educate the electorate?
We have the National Orientation Agency.
Right.
They are not doing anything. We have the state, parts of the National Orientation Agency. They are not doing enough. We have even the civil society organizations are not helping issue because they only take up issue, fix it. Educating the masses. If we have a combination of civil society against wrongs in the society, government wrongs and all that. But if they come together and say, look, let us, wherever we are, go to the market today and educate the market women. Because we have women, they are more in population, than men all over the world. So, and if you want to really sell, and I'm serious about this, if you want to really sell an idea, give it to the women. It goes, the children takes it, the youth takes it, and their husbands are forced to take it. That's true. So, I think...
So the woman is pivotal now in this case?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So INEC should do more. We still have some few weeks.
Right.
They should do more. It should just go on the jingles, radio, television, papers, street blaring, and
so they should do more
they
sensitization.
Should do more sensitization
so that we can have, voters rather than voter apathy
exactly.
in the elections.
If they do more sensitization, we are likely to have an increase with not less than 30%.
Right.
More to collect their PV
Right.
card. If they start tomorrow and take it very serious, go to the street and I don't know. I've read about money voted for this in that section of INEC, but I'm not seeing
the results.
Yes, I'm not.
Okay, let's go away from that now. Let's look at the issue of card readers now, which will be used in the elections. And INEC this time around has assured that the electoral device has been upgraded to ensure more credible polls. Is that enough assurance that the polls will be transparent, free and fair, devoid of any irregularities? Your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, INEC is improving by the day. If the card reader works this time, good. We had a lot of card reader malfunction. Even, I don't know, top leaders could not vote because of the issues of card readers. If INEC is assuring Nigerians that card readers have been upgraded, We won't know until they are put to test during election. And I think there was a time that they didn't use card reader. And I've forgotten the state that was done because the card reader were malfunctioning. I think they devised another method. So if, for example, there's a problem with the card reader, I know INEC has an alternative method of getting electorate to vote. So if they...
That's what the incidents for.
Yes, they use the incident form, yeah. So if the card reader works this time, better. Like I said, INEC is improving by the day. Left for me, I canvass option A4. I've been saying it all along.
But do you think it will work for a multi-party system in Nigeria?
Option A4 will work.
How?
Coincidentally, I was personally involved in conducting elections when option A4 was used. And you queue behind the person you want to vote for. It is counted. No, you don't spend so much money. You don't waste time. No much security risk. It's easy. All these billions they are spending on this.
But let me bring it back to it. We have 91 political parties, not 2, not 3,
yes.
91. So how do you imagine, queues behind 91 political parties?
No, you queue behind, since vote is on party line, you queue behind the party you want to vote for. So, and I've said that we have 2 major parties and other parties. We have the APC, the PDP, and other parties. So, queuing behind your preferred party, the party you want to vote for, will be easy. You just form the queue, the agents count, you take note. There is no manipulation, no cheating. And then why we are importing this method from abroad, why can't they learn from us? Option A4 would have been sold to other countries. It worked well. 1993 election, where MKO Abiola was elected, is still the best and the fairest election Nigeria have ever had. In fact, one of, if not the best in Africa. So, and the option A4, Professor Nwosu, I think he's still alive, may he live long, is still there. So, and if you look at the amount we spent on this, what we call civilized method of voting, it's 60 billion first. Jonathan was asked to bring another 30 billion. At the end, another 30 billion was given. So what was spent was about 120 billion to conduct election. And if you look at it again, I want to say that...
So in other words, option A4 is better...
Cheaper.
Cheaper than...
Cheaper and it is...
Instead of card readers.
It allows fairness and all that.
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
And another thing is the cost of campaigns.
Okay.
The amount spent during election year. How do we address it? How do we reduce it? The candidate will spend, the party will spend, and the risk. Look at what happened at Ikeja the other day when APC was having their rally. Some National Union of Road Transport Workers came in and disrupted the rally. The risk, how can they campaign without spending so much money, without, putting the lives of the youth at so much risk and other innocent Nigerians? All
right, let's look at another contending issue now. This is about vote buying. We saw what happened in the elections conducted in the southwest states of Nigeria, Ekiti, and of course Osun. But now, what's your assessment now on the level at which this issue has been addressed by the electoral body? Are there concerns that this might perhaps hinder the smooth conduct of the polls?
It will be difficult to totally eradicate vote buying. It is a wrong thing, and I've seen some jingles by INEC condemning it and educating the electorate on it. That if you take 5,000 naira to vote, or divide that 5,000 by 4 years, and then see what you are taking. I know you are selling your right to good governance. Right. And I don't know how you can stop it, because all parties seem to be involved in it. Even though no party has been arrested and prosecuted, we are aware that all parties, in Ekiti State, for example, why the PDP were accusing the APC of vote buying, the APC were accusing the PDP of vote buying. And you guys did well. The media interviewed some persons, who didn't know that they were media personnel, and they opened up. I think we saw some persons in Ekiti saying, they are collecting money.
So in your own view, you're not sure, what do you think is the best way to nip this in the bud, vote buying?
No person should be allowed to bring money close to the polling units. No person should be allowed to bring money close to the polling unit. And the restrictions should, no person should be a sacred cow, and it should be equally executed. No party should be favored. Don't bring money there. And if you are seen or found in possession of huge funds, you should be arrested, even outside the polling unit. Well, that will send a strong signals to persons who want to go and buy or sell vote. Then I don't know. Yes, I appreciate what INEC is doing to some extent in that regard, but I think they should do more. They should do more. And the fact that no person has been arrested and prosecuted for this offense is not a good one.
All right, let's leave it at that and hope that the authorities listening to this get to their acts together and perhaps conduct a peaceful and credible elections in 2019 or next month, or just a few weeks away. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam.
Professor Dr. Tony Dania. Barrister Tony Dania, I'm just giving you more.
I'll become a prof soon.
Thank you very much for your time on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Well, elections come and go, and in most parts of Africa, and then it is back to status quo for a people stuck with leaders who seem to have an expertise in failing on promises and falling short on expectations. Now, beyond hoping for better days, the people would need to take action to create a moment where voting day isn't just another political event, but an avenue for the dividends of democracy to find expression. And that is our package for tonight, but don't forget to join the conversation as usual on Twitter at TVC News NG, and follow me for updates around Africa at Esther TVC News. Until the next one again, I am Esther Omokwariola, and always remember, Africa can only get better.